Hello and welcome, guys. It's Leon Street and we're back again. And in this video, I'm going to be discussing how to create high ticket coaching offers that sell. And in particular, I'm going to give you the walkthrough of my NBI offer method, which stands for No Brainer Irresistible Offer Method. Now, if you've been checking out the socials this week or you're in our group, our life and business coaches group, which is our main Facebook group, you've probably seen that I've been promoting the free worksheet that we're giving away. I've also got the worksheet ready and I've been sharing this and distributing this out across social media today, across Facebook, LinkedIn, and Instagram. So if you do want the worksheet, do comment below this video. Just comment with the letters NBI, which stands for No Brainer Irresistible. So anyway, I'm going to be talking through how to create high ticket coaching offers that sell. I've got some really great examples to share with you. And like I said, I've got the worksheet ready to go through. So we're going to go through that in a moment on the iPad. So I'm going to get that up and then we'll be going through exactly what I want you to look at and we'll fill that in together. If you've got any questions as I go through this, please just let me know, guys. Just drop your comments and questions below the video, especially if this is the first time that you've been on a live stream with me. Before I get into the main content, I just want to make those of you aware who aren't already, I do have a brand new live training coming up called the More Leads Challenge, and it's taking place from the 28th of March until the 1st of April. And if you're interested right now in growing your coaching business and you want to attract more qualified leads, you want to know how to create offers like I'm going to show you today, you want to know how to speak to people in your DMs and turn those leads into prospects that become clients, you want to understand how to get people to raise their hands across social media so your content is actually popping and generating leads on social media and is personable and comes from an emotional place rather than cold and pushy. This is what the challenge is all about. It's a 5-day challenge. It's a paid challenge, guys, because this is some of our best training that we deliver. And I say we, because it's me and my wife who run this, the beautiful Magdalena just here. So you can get your tickets now. Tickets start at $97 for a general ticket, and then there's a VIP ticket option that comes with coaching. Just simply head on over to More Leads, www.moreleads.live. So go there, get yourself a ticket, and be prepared to be blown away. And if you are not blown away after the first session on day one, I will refund your tickets. Yeah, 100% refund. So as I said, they start from $97, which is around about £73 for those of you in the UK. So anyway, let's move forward. What I want to touch on first of all, now I'm going to give you the walkthrough of my NBI offer method worksheet. And remember, you can get this worksheet free. It's available. It's a PDF. I'm simply going to take you through the worksheet right now. And we're just going to go through that. So if you want a copy of the worksheet that I'm going to be sharing in a moment, then comment below this video with the letters NBI, which stands for No Brainer Irresistible Offer. So here's a couple of examples from clients who've used this method in order to generate high ticket sales. So here's one of my clients, Denise. She generated 10,100, which is $14,000 in 7 days. And so using this method that I'm about to share with you. Here's another client, Haroon. He's a health consultant, and he was able to generate, you can see here, £10,000 in 1 day, which is the equivalent of $13,100. Thank you for the bloody amazing support. I've always hoped I'd find a business coach or mentor who I have a lot of respect for. You're the only one who's made the mark as far as I'm concerned. So I'm sharing this with you guys because I want you to understand what I'm sharing is not theory. I'm not just going to say, hey, here's how you create a high ticket offer, blah, blah, blah. No, this is actually what I give to my clients, coach my clients on, teach them all around. They use, they implement, and get results. Here's another client, Ashish. She generated 15,300, which is equivalent of $21,000 in 1 month. Here's another client. This is Matt. He generated £3,000 and then went on to do £100,000, which is approximately $133,000 in 4 months. This is Dwayne. He did the equivalent of £28,000 or $37,000 in 1 month, all using this method. And so these are all live proof screenshots so you guys can see. Here's another client who did the same thing, sold £116,000 worth of agency sales for his marketing agency. This is Raf. And here's one of my clients. This is the one that I shared out this week, what most people saw. This is Nate. He generated in 3 months and 1 week, $768,000 using the method that I'm going to walk you through in a moment. And he went on to generate $1.47 million in coaching program sales in 6 months. That's what he'd done after 3 months and 1 week, so $768,000. So if that interests you guys, what I'm going to do is take you through the worksheet that shows you all about that. So just give me a second. If you've got any questions, as I mentioned, then just let me know. I'm just going to see if I can get the iPad to play ball again. So just give me a second. See if we can get this back on. So screen share. So now we're hoping that technology works again. So fingers crossed. So as I said, what I'm doing, if you've just joined me live, I'm going to take you through the worksheet, the NBI offer worksheet that I use in order to create high ticket offers. And this is what I give to my clients, as I mentioned. And so I'm going to do the walkthrough with you. If there's any question that you've got about creating irresistible offers for your coaching programs, I'd love to hear from you. And the reason why I say that is I get a lot of people who they're currently charging per session, per hour. And in order to create a high ticket offer, it becomes, a challenge, because it kind of blows their mind in terms of really charge for something at that rate. Can I really charge for something that, it kind of blows out my current prices by even 10 times or even much more? And so what I want to get to, guys, is I just want to show you exactly how that's possible. And we're going to wait for this just to load back up. And once it does load up, I'm going to take you through and just walk you through this free worksheet that you can get your hands on. So I believe it's about to connect again. So let's see if we can get this to work. Here we are. Right. So let me share it on screen for you and share screens. Here we are. It was working a moment ago, and now it's not working. So what I'm going to do is show you another version. So let me see if I can get the other version up on screen. So I'm going to exit out of that, and we're going to move this over to screen here. So hopefully you guys are seeing it on this screen behind me. So rather than sharing on screen, I'm just going to use this one right here, and we're going to walk it through this way. So we're going to make it work, right? So this is the worksheet. If you want a copy of this worksheet, comment below this video the letters NBI. It just stands for no brainer irresistible offer, or just comment with the word worksheet. I'll know you want a copy of this, and I'll send you the link. So I'll make sure that you get that link. So let me just walk you through this. So the first thing is I explain how to use the worksheet. Basically, there is some explanation. So in the worksheet, there's some explanation to talk you through about creating an offer. And then from pages 18 to 21 are the actual worksheets that you fill in. So it's 4 particular pages. However, this PDF is around about, if I remember rightly, it's around about 20 pages. But it's very easy to get through. So I'm going to talk my way through just so you understand exactly what this is. So if you are a coach right now and you want to be able to charge and sell an offer that is valued at anything from $5,000 right the way up to $100,000, which is what my client did to generate $1.47 million in coaching sales in 6 months, this is what you need to pay attention to right now. So when a service isn't selling, the problem isn't with the service, but it's with the offer. So your offer is different from your service or your product. So if you're a coach, what you got to understand is the offer is different from your product, what you actually deliver as your coaching program, whether you do that one-on-one or group. Having a good service is important. It's essential, really, but it's not enough. A good service on its own may not sell. Instead, you need to frame that service as part of a no-brainer irresistible offer, which is what I'm going to take you through here. So what can a great offer do? The better the offer, the heavier lifting it does. So great offers make up for poor marketing and weak copy. So the text that you write, if you have a great offer, it really doesn't matter how you frame it because it will stand on its own. Great offers also help to handle sales objections ahead of timing and ahead of closing the sale. So if you create a great offer, you'll find that you actually make sales like, it's almost like effortless. And there's some great offers here. Just a couple of examples I want to show you, which kind of frames why offers are important. So if you think about Amazon Prime is actually the delivery of goods, right? And then it comes with some extra bonuses. And so what I'm getting to is that the way that it's offered, the way that they actually show what's included, the price you can pay per year, £79 a year. I can't remember if the price is still the same, but when I took the screenshot, the offer doesn't show a delivery person turning up to your door with your goods from Amazon. So this is what I want to get to, is that your offer is different from your product or your service. The same with Netflix. Look here, their offer is join free for 1 month. Like, that's the offer. Most people know what Netflix is. So therefore, the key is that the offer is not what you get with Netflix. Netflix is when you actually sit down and watch the programs, right? But the offer is how it's framed to be sold. And that's all I want to get across first of all. So you guys understand the clarification there, that your offer is different from your coaching program. Because I understand that some people think, I've created my coaching program, or I've created my online course, and that's the thing that I'm going to sell. And they kind of sell it as is. Like, my course comes with X lessons and this is the price, or my coaching comes with 10 sessions and this is the price. And that's not how you frame an offer, guys. That's just simply telling people what they're going to get. And that's a little fraction of actually framing a no-brainer irresistible offer. So then, why have I called it no-brainer irresistible offer? Very simple. No-brainer because of how it eliminates perceived risks, and irresistible because of its value proposition. Right? So here are the 7 components of offers. And this is something that I learned from a really cool guy. This is from a guy called Todd Brown. He's a great copywriter. He's a masterful guy when it comes to marketing. And so what I've done is debriefed his 7 key points and put them into what I actually use with my clients. So the first step in creating an irresistible offer is deliverables. What's included? So this might be the coaching, recordings, the community, i.e. the membership that they're part of. Features, so facts about the service, yeah, and then why the feature is valuable, beneficial, helpful, and advantageous. And the thing is, a lot of people get, they don't go beyond this part. So this is like a fraction. Remember, this is the 7 components here. Deliverables, what's included, features, and why the features are valuable, beneficial, helpful, and advantageous. Step 2 of the 7 components of creating your no-brainer irresistible offers is the types of benefits. This one's a big one because most people understand the concept of having a USP, unique selling proposition. Your unique selling proposition is usually your number 1 primary benefit, right? But most people don't realize that there are 3 types of benefits, and actually you can combine them as well. But most people don't know that there are 3. So let me take you through them. There's a functional benefit, what the feature and the advantage does for your prospect. The dimensionalize, so where you describe it and it paints a vivid picture of what experiencing the benefit will look like, kind of like what will somebody experiencing your coaching program look like. So bring the functional benefit to life. That's what dimensionalize means, right? And then emotional, you spell out how the dimensionalized benefit here is going to make the prospect feel emotionally. Now, if you wrap all of these together, you create powerful benefits, and that's what is going to be part of the cornerstone of your offer. So that is step 2, guys. This is making sense. Give me a thumbs up or give me a heart, or just say yes in the comments, guys, as I'm taking you through. So objections. This is the 3rd component of creating no-brainer irresistible offers. A reason for disagreeing. That's what an objection is. So if somebody says, I've got to think about it, or it's too much for me, the price is too high, or I wasn't ready to buy yet, or programs that I've purchased in the past have, they've failed, they haven't quite worked for me. Your benefits should answer the reasons why they may say no. So your benefits are the actual answers to those objections ahead of time. But most people get it wrong. They don't understand that that's what your benefits are actually there to do, right? And here are the typical objections I mentioned a few moments ago: money, time, other options available, or a negative experience from the past. Those are going to be the main objections your offer needs to answer. So number 4 of the 7 components of creating a no-brainer irresistible offer is price terms and risk reversal. The value of the price, yeah? So the value price, not the actual price you sell it for, but the value that you demonstrate that your coaching has or your program has should be 10 times the amount of the actual price that you charge, meaning it should be lopsided. What most people focus on is, here's my price, and they don't know how to articulate and show the value of their program. And that's a problem, because you should be able to demonstrate it up to the point where it's 10 times the amount that the price that you actually charge. Risk reversal. When people are buying your coaching programs, there are different risks that they're considering, and you have to answer those risks or reverse the risk. And this comes from Jay Abraham, one of the godfathers of direct response marketing. So the types of risks people are going to have: financial, they're going to lose face, meaning if it doesn't work out, they're going to feel embarrassed or shamed. Time inconvenience of learning, adapting in new skills, or the uptake. And there are many more risks, but these are just some of the main ones. So use the biggest, boldest guarantee possible. This is how you reverse risk. Use guarantees. Do things your competitors think you're crazy for. Yeah. And the more crazier, the better. But make sure that you always cover your ass. Step 5, premiums and bonuses. So what else can you add in? So what can you add into the offer that would eliminate a potential objection and make them think, I want the bonus more than the offer? Use these to fill in gaps and remove excuses for not buying. Instant gratification as well as off the wall bonuses. So instant gratification is once they buy, it's like, wow, I'm going to get this thing straight away. So instantly they've got something. Off the wall types of bonuses, different things that you can just like give the person to surprise them, right? And give a reason or give reasons why you're including your bonuses. So this is the 5th step of the 7 components of creating a no-brainer irresistible offer. And remember, we're going to get into the worksheet in a moment, guys. I'm going to talk you through what you actually need to fill in order to create your own offer. 6, reasons to respond now. Delay is the death of the sale. So you need to include urgency. A deadline is key to trigger immediate action, or scarcity where it's real scarcity. So you've got a limited quantity, or it's tied to the speed of the response. And there must be a plausible, rationale reason given for each of these. So if you're using urgency or scarcity, there must be a plausible, a real reason why. Yeah. So now we're moving on to the final one, guys. And most of you should recognize that you should have this in your offer, which is you should have a clear call to action, CTA. So associate positive outcomes with taking action. So focus on the transformation, the after state. So when you ask somebody to take up the action of either investing with you, you've got to focus on what life will be like having been through your coaching program or been through your course, whatever it is that you're selling as a coach, right? Most people get this wrong because they want to say, oh, it's going to be amazing. We've got lots of work to do and da-da-da-da. And people think, whoa, lots of work. That's not what I signed up for, right? Even though they know they probably have a lot of work to do. You know, that's what happens when you're being coached. But if you focus on the after state, that's what's going to get people to commit. That's what's going to get them to be like, yeah, I'm buying into my dream. And that's why I'm hiring you as my coach. Use future tense. So when the welcome email arrives, log in straight away and get access to all the core content on how to grow your business with strategic marketing. So example like that. Or tell them exactly what to do next. Click the link to buy or go to the page XYZ and join now. So those are the 7 steps. And I'm hoping this makes sense to you. Now, if you've got any questions, as I said, guys, or you've just jumped on, I've just taken you through the first part of the worksheet, and the first part has to have explanation. And the reason why I've taken you through the 7 components of creating a no-brainer irresistible offer is if you're going to create a no-brainer irresistible offer and you don't have that context as to what's included, the worksheet's not really going to make sense to you. So I'm hoping that from what I've shared so far, it does make sense. And you guys are like, okay, I'm locked in. You know, this is definitely something I can use to create my next 5 to 25K coaching program offer. So remember, if you got any questions, just let me know, guys, and I'm more than happy to come back to your questions and get those questions answered. Before I move into the worksheet part, I just want to remind those of you who've joined me a bit later than when I started. Remember, I've got my More Leads Challenge coming up, taking place from the 28th of March until the 1st of April. It's a 5-day live challenge, meaning you get to spend either 1 hour or 2 hours per day from the 28th to the 1st of April. We're going to cover things around how to generate 5 leads a day, 5 qualified leads. We're going to cover what I'm talking about today, no-brainer irresistible offers, how to create them. And we're going to touch on some other things that you need to be aware of that I can't cover in today's live stream. We're also going to cover how to create social media content that actually gets leads, people to say, hey, I'm interested. Can we talk? We're also going to cover how to create a DM script that doesn't push like a sleazy person, but actually builds a relationship and gets people to want to find out more about your offers, which is what I'm actually talking about today. And so, you know, we've got some really powerful content. If you want to be part of this challenge and you're a coach, you know, you're either starting out or you're actually well on your way, you're hitting either 5, 10 or 15,000 a month and you want to go to that next level, this challenge is the thing that you need because it's real. We give you real strategies and the transformation that you'll go through in those 5 days is going to be amazing. And I'm saying that because that's the feedback that we got from the people who were on the last one that we ran in January. just go to www.moreleads.live. It's run with myself and my wife Magdalena, and honestly, you're in for a treat, guys. So do yourself a favor. So let me switch back now to the worksheet. So I just want to give you a couple of things that you may be thinking about. So what you may be thinking, here are the obvious questions, and I mentioned these earlier, is that you're probably thinking, what should I include in my offer? Yeah, now that we've gone through those 7 steps, you may even be thinking already, okay, I've got some idea of what I can do. Or you may have an offer already, which I expect most of you do. But now you're probably thinking, how can I improve the offer? How can I demonstrate 10 times the value compared to the price? That's a big one. Most people don't know how to articulate value. Objections, can my offer really answer them? And that's a plausible question. Here's another question you may be asking. Well, okay, let me just see, just jumping through here. Let me just go down here. Another question you may be asking yourself is, can my offer really be created, and can I charge 5, 10, 20, 50 or 100K? You know what? Before the client that I had who did the $1.47 million in 6 months, I hadn't had any client, or I hadn't come across anybody other than people like Tony Robbins charging that level. And he put together this offer with my support and charged 50,000 and 100,000 after we completed the offer. And, you know, we kind of like put it down on paper. It was like, wow. And, you know, it's amazing to think that, yeah, you can sell things to that value. And actually, you know, since that time, I've come across many different coaches who do have different offers, high ticket, and they're not all one-on-one coaching, by the way, guys, because some people think high ticket means it's got to be one-on-one. No, they can be group or mastermind, so one to many. And another question you may be asking is, how do I go from hourly rates to high ticket offers? You make a choice. It's that simple, right? But anyway, let's get into the worksheet so I can just give you what you need to know. So the MBI offer template, here it is. So completing this template means that you will have a viable offer ready to sell and use in sales letters, webinars, funnels, selling in DMs, and more. So here it is, guys. So this is the template. And if you've got any questions, you know, if you're watching this live or you're watching this on the replay, just ask away. If you want a copy of this worksheet, just comment worksheet below this video and I'll make sure I reach out to you and send you a link to get access to this PDF. So the first thing that you want to look at when it comes to your offer is, what are you selling? So this is what's included. And so what you're going to do here is start to just list down, you know, the key things about what's included with your coaching program. And literally you just list it there. The more you put down, the better, because as you're creating your offer, it's important to really, you know, encapsulate everything that you're going to offer, whether it's the coaching, whether it's support, whether it's the group, whether you've got like a hybrid coaching program where you've got an online course that supports part of what you're delivering, so your clients are on track, that kind of thing. And then you're going to move down to just underneath, how much does it cost? So the cost part is, what's the price that you're thinking of charging? Yeah, so you might say, as an example, let's see if we can get this on. So you might say 5,000, could be $5,000, or it could be euros. So whatever it is that you're charging, you know, it could be more, it could be like 20K. So it really doesn't matter, whatever you're charging, you just put the price there. And then what you've got is, how long does it last? So how long is your program? So, you know, a lot of people run like 2 month, 3 month programs, 6 months or 12 months. And so you just put down, you know, whatever your program is. So I'm just going to put here 2 months as an example. And then what the next box that you need to fill in is, who will take immediate action on the offer? So the key here is, this is your niche, and what you've got to do is fully describe them. So your niche, for those of you who are watching, for our American friends, niche is your target audience, right? So that's your target audience, and describe them clearly. Describe who they are, age, location, language, income brackets, so personal income. If you're selling B2B, what's their business income? You want to look at what are their psychographics. So what are the things that or what are the reasons why they would buy from you? So what keeps them up at night? What are they scared of around the problem they have that you help them to fix? And so what you want to go into is more the emotional side. Now that gives you the basics of your offer, right? That's what most people tend to understand as an offer. But what you need now is to go into true benefits. And if you remember earlier, what I showed you in the 7 components of creating a no-brainer irresistible offer is your primary benefit should be made up of 3 different types of benefits. You've got functional, dimensionalized, and emotional. And what you want to do here is get your number 1 benefit here, which is, if you guys remember, is your USP. That's what your number 1 benefit is, your unique selling proposition or selling point. Then the second thing is an important secondary benefit. Yeah. Now, what I'd suggest you do, guys, if you've got more benefits, list them down. Yeah. So the more the merrier at this stage. And the reason why I say the more the merrier is because as you're getting on to create your offer for your coaching program, it's easier to cut away what you've got rather than trying to think of new ideas because you find it difficult to come up with ideas. So just put everything down, put it all down. Then you want to move on to what social proof do you have? So, find all your testimonials, get screenshots. For instance, if you've got reviews on Facebook pages, or you've got recommendations on LinkedIn, or you've just got testimonials sent to you by email, you've got screenshots in your groups where you manage your coaching clients, like all of this stuff. You just want to make sure that you've got it all. And the best thing to do is just make sure you've got it saved in a good location, Google Drive, Dropbox, wherever you save it on your phone, just make sure you have access to it. The next thing is, what guarantee can you offer? There are many different types of guarantees. There are money back. There's satisfaction, meaning that if you're not satisfied, just make sure I've spelled that right. Perhaps you offer, if you're not satisfied, then we'll work with you one-on-one if they're in a, people have signed up for a group program, or if you're not satisfied, we'll give you some extra stuff to help make sure you move closer towards the result you're looking for, the outcome that we promised in your program. There's at least, I think there's 11 different types of guarantees that you can use. There's also trial. So a trial might mean that you try it for a limited period of time, but you can still get paid in that period of time. Yeah. The way that I usually offer the trial one is, we call it a love it or leave it guarantee, meaning that a person will join the trial for a fixed amount of time. And if they're not happy after that fixed amount of time, they're out of the contract, and we take the payment for the time that they were in there, and they've limited their risk, and we've also limited our risk, right? So there you are, benefits. Now the third part, of your no-brainer irresistible offer is objections. And so what you want to have here, guys, is what are the main objections? And so I showed you these earlier in the 7 components. You're going to have things like money, you're going to have time, you're going to have information, you're going to have past experiences. And what you need to do is answer those objections. So how will you handle those objections? And that's what you have here. And so what you do is transfer your answers to handling those objections in reference to your coaching program on the right. So now we've covered 3 steps out of 4 for your no-brainer irresistible offer. Now we're on to the final segment of your offer, which is the call to action. And so here, the key is, why should somebody buy this now? And so what we're moving into is urgency and scarcity. And remember, from what I shared with you earlier, the whole point to make this real is that you have to have a plausible reason, a valid reason why there is urgency being applied. So it might be a deadline date. You might have limited spaces because you can only deliver your services and know that you can deliver a really good job for a fixed number of people. It can be whatever reason it is. The reason is entirely up to you guys, as long as it's valid. Urgency, and then you can also have scarcity, right? And what can you add to make this offer even more compelling? So bonuses. So if you're going to include bonuses, what you want to focus on is, what gaps can you fix compared to your main coaching program? Maybe you can include a course you recorded before, something that just helps or adds to the value of them joining your program. It could be off the wall bonuses, like you're going to do for instance, a live training on a specific thing that helps people to get transformation quicker in a specific area for your coaching program. It can be whatever it is, but bonuses and premiums are good to have if you've got them, or if you've got the space to create them or include them. Like I said, you can just do like a live training, so something that perhaps you haven't prepared yet, but you deliver it live. So there's not as much pressure on you to have something ready in advance, but you give people a date, you join the program, and oh, by the way, in 2 weeks' time, we're delivering this brand new training, and that's a bonus, right? The next thing you need to fill in is, how will you tell them what to do next? So what instructions? Yeah. So how to buy from you. So this is going to be how your payments work. the terms, your contracts, that kind of stuff. So tell them what to do next. And it can be simply something as simple as click on the link. It just depends, obviously, where your offer is placed. And then the final thing is, what will they experience without your service? And so what you want here is consequences. So you want consequences if people stay exactly where they are without buying and taking up your offer. And that is it, guys. That completes your no-brainer irresistible offer. Now, if you've done this right, you should have filled in somewhere in the region of 1 to 2 pages of A4 sheet of paper. And you will come up with an offer that is showing and demonstrating benefits that are functional, dimensionalized, and emotional. You'll cover risk reversal. You'll understand the value of what you put in because it will clearly show it through the benefits. And the way that you demonstrate that is to wrap it all together. Now, as I mentioned earlier, you can put this into things like webinars. You can put this onto sales pages. You can put this into, Google documents where you're sharing the links in your sell by chats or confirm by chats, however you're selling in DMs right now. So there's many different ways to apply and put your offer together. But this is the first step to actually visualizing and seeing what your offer actually is. Most coaches fall into the trap of not having a real offer. And this will give you the structure to create a real high ticket offer, guys. So if you're selling anything that's $5,000 to $25,000 or pounds or euros, this is for you. So next steps, guys, what to do. So if you'd like to get help creating a no-brainer irresistible offer for your coaching program, so let's say you use the worksheet, but you want a bit of help, or you're thinking, you know what, Leon, I'd like to get the same kind of results that your clients get, then I'd love for you simply to just comment below this video and just say, hey, Leon, I'd love to get some help. And what I'll do is I'll send you a message of details of how we help our clients to get the amazing results that I shared with you earlier. I'm just going to go through a few of those just so you can see those again. So let me just skip back. This is Denise. She did £10,100 in 7 days. This was Haroon. He had a £10,000 day and 2 sales of a £5,000 program that he runs. And one of my other clients, 15,300 in 1 month, which is $21,000, multiple 5 figures. Another client here, £100,000. Another client here, £28,000. Here's another client. He did £116,000 in 2.5 months. Here's Nate. This is the client who did the 1.47 million in 6 months. And you can see at the 3-month mark, and he'd hit $768,000. And this is one of my other clients who sells an online course, a £39 online course. And you can see just from that course alone, he's generated £750,000, which is over $1 million, all because we have a great offer and people come and they buy it. And you can see this is his dashboard on WooCommerce, his e-commerce shopping cart. So guys, if you do want help and you want to create better offers, reach out to me. If you want to know how to do it in person and be guided over a 5-day period and get exposed to how I coach and how I train the people who come to me for their help so they can grow their business to, just like you've seen, 7 figures, multi-6 figures, or even just, getting your business to a consistent 15,000 a month and beyond, come and join us on the More Leads Live Challenge, taking place 28th of March to the 1st of April. Go to www.moreleads.live, sign yourself up and get yourself a ticket. There are general tickets starting at $97. We also have a VIP ticket as well, which means that you get to spend an hour before the challenge starts getting all your main questions answered privately by myself and my wife who run this challenge. And we'd love to help you go to the next level, guys. So I just want to say thank you very much for watching. If you watch this on a replay, just give me a hashtag replay so I know that you were one of the guys or girls who came back later on to watch and get all the information that we've shared with you. And if you've enjoyed it, let me know in the comments what you enjoyed most from today. If you're watching on YouTube, please remember, do subscribe to the channel and click on the notification bell for my new videos and to be notified when they are put out live. Anyway, guys, that's it from me. I'll catch you on the next one. Bye-bye.